Hello, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald,
I'm bored.
and today we're doing an unboxing of Wrymspan and its deluxe components. Just got this in. We haven't actually. Have you played Wingspan at all?
No, I've heard of Wingspan and like talking to people about it, but I've never actually played through it.
Yeah, I've never played Wingspan either, and honestly, it was one that I went back and forth with getting because I know it's a great game. People love it, but I wasn't really into the bird watching theme. That's one where theme definitely stopped me.
This
a
is
bit.
definitely our theme.
And because I didn't want to buy, like I would have played it if somebody else had it for sure, and maybe I bought it after that, but I didn't want to spend the money buy it up front. But when they came out with Wrymspan or announced this, I immediately was following it, and it looks amazing. It looks like so much fun. So I'm hoping that it scratches that Wingspan itch. I assume it's similar. Again, we haven't played it, but it's by, I know it says a Wingspan game. Again, by StoneMaier Games. They make a lot of really cool games. They also do Scythe, by the way. It's the same company.
Oh, cool.
So we are excited to dive in. This time around, I have not opened anything. I've restrained myself from even opening the packaging. It was very hard. I love just opening and sorting, and yeah. So first, I guess let's dive into
Let's build the suspense and
let's dive into the deluxe components first.
this.
Tear open. We got a trash right here behind us. That was great.
I missed.
That was great.
All right, so it looks like we have.
So we should have,
Oh, I moved
we
them.
should have each of the resources and metal coins.
Yeah, so it looks like we have. First up, let's zoom in for you guys.
Yeah. There we go.
We have a bag of milk,
Yep.
which is such a weird way to. I was trying to say it like everyone else, and I hate it. 'Cause
Milk.
It's milk.
It's milk. M-I-L-K.
But
There's
it's
no
milk.
A.
No, it's E.
There's,
milk.
there's no E either. We're gonna milk some cues.
In the comments on YouTube, let us know if you say milk or milk.
Yeah, let us know if you
tell
say-
me where you're from too.
Let me see
'cause,
if you say it correctly or wrong. Or if you're Spanish, is it leche or lache?
we have gold bars.
Yep. We have some red meat. And these are the diamonds.
Yeah,
A couple
crystal
of
diamonds, yeah.
there. And then my favorite thing, I think, out of any deluxe board game are the metal coins. They're always so satisfying. These metal coins have scales on one side, and they have wings, like little wing pieces on the other side.
Yes, which will matter in how we play them throughout the game.
The scales and the wings?
Yeah, because the wings go up on your player boards, which we'll talk about shortly.
Oh, I guess I didn't catch that part. Oh, you just use them. You just play them on your board. I didn't realize.
No, the side matter. At least for
over.
part of it, I saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a nice little wooden.
Yeah.
I like it.
They're all wooden. Better than the punch board stuff. I'm sure the punch boards in here are very nice. Let's see. There we are. The pièce de résistance.
It's like opening Christmas present.
It's like opening Christmas.
Unless you're an orphan.
Oh no! I'm sure they still get presents
Yes.
in their mind.
All right, we have. Oh, first I'll let Nick show. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind.
What? I thought it was artwork or
yeah,
something.
that's on the back first.
Let's see. Automatic.
So we have some facts about the dragons. We have some other stuff. We have some rule books.
Oh,
We'll
so it's
put those
probably an
off to the
index on the
side for
cards.
now. We'll
All right.
definitely
Ooh, a
get
bunch
into
of
that.
containers. I like that they came with some trays for components to be housed.
Yeah, and covers for the trays. So you can leave the
Nice.
components in it.
Love it. I love thinking ahead. We'll put those in there in a moment once we get everything out and figure out what it's all for. We got more components. So there's the eggs and
Yeah.
the meeples.
Let's
Some
open
bags
this up.
here.
So
Loving their courteous enough to give extra bags.
we'll keep some of these bags.
Oh, we got all these right here anyway too. We may or may not need those.
That's true.
So we'll see. We'll see how.
So the eggs, most likely not edible.
No, yeah.
This is not
I don't think
Easter
they're. I
candy.
don't think they're Cadbury.
Yeah, they're not Easter candy. But I do like, they did very specifically state in the tutorial, which we'll cover again soon, the colors don't matter for gameplay. It's just for the aesthetic look. But it does look really cool. They added like the little splotch dots like you'd see on actual eggs.
Like robin's eggs or something.
Yeah.
Which of course, obviously, wingspan
we
eggs
have,
are a big part of it.
2 different bags of them.
Yeah.
So we have red, green, purple, blue, bluer, gray, and
Bluer.
black.
Steve is our
That's
color
definitely,
expert here.
that's black and that's bluer than the blue.
Yeah, navy blue sky. Blue called, yeah. There you go. We're good.
You count navy blue and sky blue, but you don't count this is forest green?
No.
That's ridiculous.
The darker blue, closer to the purple.
We have our round marker and then each of our character markers, which I believe are probably all going to look the same, but let's see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All little.
These are the adventurers.
Yep. Cool.
So we got 5 different colors. You can play 1 to 5 players in this. There is a solo game mode, and then you have PvP for 2 through 5.
Yeah, and say we're not going to cover how to do the solo game mode. If we do a month of solo games, we may cover that and see how that goes. So we're just going to cover the base rules when we go through at some point, and the other little pieces that you need for the game.
Yeah, your typical little blocks, and it looks like little shields.
All right, so then we have you got the score pad here for end game scoring, like every other game where there is end game scoring. So
That's interesting. Because there's multiple components.
What?
Because usually a lot of our games we play, it's like you're going around the board as you're adding it in.
Oh yeah,
they
this
also have
is
the
like
side pad.
Forever Home, and stuff like that.
Well, Seven Wonders does it. Yeah.
Seven Wonders as well. So then we have some of the cards here, as you can see. So we have some dragons. We'll open these in a second.
Oh yeah, backs are the same. So 3 dragon decks. We have these are the hatchling deck, yeah. And then
we have the cave cards.
The cave cards.
Yep. In a sec. So then we have our punch board stuff. So we'll punch out this big one in the middle because I believe this is going to mark the first player. The rest we're not going to punch out because we aren't going to need these at all.
Because we have the other ones.
Yeah, I may just give these to Jen to punch out. She likes punching out these things. I'll just give it to her for fun. Put those off to the side. We'll continue as Steve opens those. So here we have a very simple board. This is where your dragon cards and cave cards will go that you'll be able to pull from during the game. You can, as we'll cover, pull from the deck as well, but at the end of each round, every card that's on here will get discarded and refreshed. So that's a little take it or leave it mechanic, which is nice. So that's the card mat. Here we have the Dragon Guild board. So beginning of the game, again, we'll cover in the center here, we'll randomly choose one of the Dragon Guilds to go in the middle. And the Dragon Guild that's chosen will have various effects on it specific to its guild. And then we'll cover what this means around it in a moment as well.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about those boards is we'll have our player boards, which we'll show in a moment. But those boards are just your community boards. So the Dragon Guild that gets chosen, you're not each getting a Dragon Guild, you're playing on a common one, which definitely can change the strategy on like how you progress and what you choose because your opponent's also making some of the same choices. Yeah,
you're all choosing. There's limited spots on the Dragon board, so we'll show you in a second here. This is the round board, which just shows you the 4 rounds, and based on each round, it just tells you in between that, again, reminder that you get your 6 coins and your 1 egg. And to refresh all the cards on the mat. Here, there's going to be 4 random objectives I'm looking for. Objective cards that will be put down. And then at the bottom here, at the end of each round, this is kind of new for games like this. So typically, it'd be at the end of the game, you would score the objectives. But here, at the end of each round, you're going to score the objectives specific to that round. So instead of having to specifically try to work on all of them at once, you can probably do that, but you're also going to want to make sure you're really working on that one objective for that round. It looks like also the further the round goes, the more points you'll get for completing those objectives.
Yeah, because so this is up to the 4 players. Or 5. You can play 5 players, obviously, but you're only gonna have 4. 3 spots and then all others, so get nothing.
Yep.
So you're like gold, silver, and bronze.
Yep.
I like how that works because you could be like way out ahead in one of the objectives up, and then all of a sudden someone else catches up, and it matters more a little bit farther in.
Oh yeah. So yes, as Steve was saying, the main part of this game are the player boards, and that's what these big boys are. It's funny. It's kind of reversed. Typically, these would be the boards that everyone's playing on. The player boards are the smaller pieces.
Yeah.
But here we have an awesome player board with our 3 caves per person. That's fine. So yeah, it's good. So you can see our 3 caves. You have your Crimson Cave, your Golden Grotto, and your Amethyst Abyss. And so during the game, you're going to be excavating into the caves so then you can house dragons in there. What I love is when games include the reference down the side here. That's always great.
Yep, and the caves will matter. We'll just briefly show you now, but we'll talk about more in this tutorial, where the dragon cards have little color schemes on the side of them.
Yep.
And those color schemes match the 3 caves, actually top to bottom. So certain things happen when you match the colors, or sometimes you can only put a dragon if it matches.
If that color's on there, they can only go into caves that have colors that match the card. Yeah. You can't put them in a cave that doesn't. So that'll dictate which cave you excavate based on what dragon's in your hand.
Yeah.
We have some more punch boards there. So here we'll just punch out the guild stuff and the objectives. We'll leave all the other tokens in there.
Yeah, so we have 4 guilds. What are your 2?
So I have the Guild of Seafarers and the Guild of Highlands.
And there's these are double-sided, so you have a 4 and 5 player side, and then you have a 2 and 3 player side. Reason for that is there is a limited amount of things you can play on the board. So as players, we're both utilizing these guilds, and you'll be playing into these different little abilities as you progress throughout the game. And all of them are different, obviously, as you have the different guilds. We'll read through those as we get to the tutorial side.
And actually, we'll punch out down the side as well. The
multipliers, because we need those.
Exactly.
There should be a '5 on here somewhere.
I guess I have ×5.
Oh,
you have ×2. Yeah, so we're not punching out the resources again because we have the deluxe ones. So there's really no need. Cringe, if you will, but when I have the deluxe components, I completely trash the regular components. There's no need. They just take up space in the box, and they just kind of get in the way. And I just love things being organized. So just already right now, one of my biggest kind of pet peeves at the moment is that the box doesn't have any kind of organizational system. So I'll definitely be looking at laser rocks or broken token or anything. This is not an organization system. No, that does not count. No. So I'll be looking for something for sure to organize all the minis, because it did come again with these 2 things. But like if you have the deluxe components, even with the punch outs, you have this, these, that, those, and more of this, as well as these. Like
really.
So yeah, these 2 little guys, it's nice, but at least give me 2 more.
Yeah, if there's 4 of them, it would work, because you can like put all the eggs in one.
Also, pretty mess. Also, one of my biggest pet peeves too with games that have cards is have a system to store the cards, because I don't want to just shove these in. Like, yes, it did come with bags, right? And I don't want to just shove these cards in bags and then put them in the box.
Corner too, which I hate.
Well, you have to do like 1 deck per bag, so that way you don't get the corners and stuff. So, like I said, I'll definitely be looking into an insert and organizer for Wrymspan. I think laser rocks, broken token. I forget who are some other ones that do some good wooden ones that are kind of snapped together. All right,
but it is a pretty simple box overall.
Yeah.
So if we zoom out here, we'll show.
It's not overwhelming.
You can pretty much put all of the components out on the table. Again, a lot of it's all of these things in the bags that'll be played on those player boards. Obviously, we have the decks of cards, and then we have the few general common boards. But get to the point of these cards, again, we'll dig into them significantly more in the tutorial section. But we have, looks like dragon cards. We have little player aids, which are always nice. So it tells you on your turn exactly what your 3 moves are, and then the win criterias. So we have 5 of those. You have a little quick start suggestion guide here, which will go through your turn order, because you can play this game. It's not just like you go back and forth turn to turn. You will go back and forth, but you can have unlimited unlimited turns. It's not just like, hey, you each take 3 turns and you move on. So that matters. So we have these little cards, and then we have a little difficulty card, which talks with the Atoma book that we have over here, and the Ravel mode, or Ravel mode.
What?
There's 2 different modes that we'll see.
It's rival mode.
Ravel.
Oh, it says Ravel. I thought it said rival.
If it said rival, I would have read rival.
I thought you were just done. I'm sorry.
But yeah, for the books here, which we'll dig into the tutorial here in a few minutes, we have the Wrymspan, the main book, which will go through setup and all of that. We have facts about all of the dragon cards, which are kind of cool. We'll go through a few of those as we pull the cards. And then the Atoma, which is the solo. So this card here, one side will tell you how to play as a solo. The other side will be some of the information regarding multiplayer.
All right, so the deluxe components will stay.
Yeah, they're not.
I was just looking to see how the best way to organize the deluxe components. We're not putting in there.
We'll just use our little thingamabobs.
Yep.
But all right, so we're going to repackage this box with a few things, and then we're going to go through a generic tutorial. Feel free to check out the rule book online. I just downloaded a PDF before this to read through it.
Yep.
But we'll go through the general setup of the player boards, the map, what these cards actually do and how you use them, and the general round structure. And then we'll finish it off with final VP conditions, which there's like 7 of them. or something, this little player pad?
Yeah, there's a bunch that just go into your final turn, which we'll cover. I mean, we can keep going as we pack. So it's not going to take a while to go through and organize this. So what I'm doing, I put all the eggs into one of these little containers.
He put all his eggs in one basket.
Hey, I'm putting these into the other one. And we can probably put the multipliers in here with it. And then we already have bags for the deluxe components, so those will keep in their individual bags. I'm not really sure what they meant for these to store. Does it say in the rulebook? I like when games come like with storage, and then they tell you, okay, this is our idea for how you should be storing your stuff. It's helpful. So these little baggies we don't need. And no, I don't save little baggies from game to game. Doot. And doot. So then these we've got down here. Where'd those baggies go? Because we're gonna do.
Oh, you're actually gonna rebox it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna show them how we're.
Oh, then you need these back in there too.
For reboxing. Oh, we can put those.
Yeah, I was just holding what we need for.
Oh no. Figure might as well. It doesn't take long. And this is the part that I really enjoy anyway.
This is the part that Steve hates.
Is the reboxing. I think I don't know. I find it fun.
I find it tedious.
So I look at the cards we have. So
I do like that actually. This works here.
Yep. That'll work for now there. We have our cards for one. I'll give you another one there. I think we can probably get 2 into one bag here.
These can go right there-ish.
Yep. Good. Got that.
Oh, then these are be loose.
Yeah, they don't have to be. We have plenty, I mean. So we'll put those here. Those are going here. This might as well. And then you probably put all those in.
Yeah.
Cards feel nice.
Yeah, solid weight to them. Make nice to shuffle.
Feels like they have the canvas finish to them. Yeah.
Looks like this is it. Nice.
Yeah, so there's not a lot that you have to pack. I mean, well, we also have the bags for the deluxe components that the deluxe components came in, which we could at some point potentially fit out, but we don't need to. So that's really how we would end up repacking everything. We have these extra bags here as well, which probably hold on to at the bottom of the box, just because they're not ready. I'm going to toss that. First player marker.
Tosses at me instead of in the box behind me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was there. But yeah, so good. No lift on the box. Great.
Now, if I did that, somehow I would manage to
If he
put
did
lifts
this,
on the
somehow
box.
this would be Steve's box if he did.
Somehow, even though there's not enough components to make that happen.